The library is definitely grateful that we have a great township, and I brought Dan Shacreaw from the Burrell Township Supervisors, and then chairman is Larry Henry with me.
And they're both here this morning to talk about, with you, a groundbreaking ceremony.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's going to happen, huh? It's finally here.
I know. I feel like the saga continues that every time we come, but we're inching so much closer to the township building and the library opening. And this Friday at 11 o'clock, we're going to have our groundbreaking. And it's next to the post office where we'll be pretty soon.
Well, you don't have to say one day it's going to happen now. Now you can say it's happening. It's in the process of happening.
It is. It's 4 years in the making, and I think we didn't think it was going to happen after the building damage in 2018. And when that happened, having the supervisors be right next to us in the library, cleaning up the mess and moving things, and then making decisions that I know I probably couldn't make, but the supervisors were ready to keep education going and keeping experiences happening in the township, and sure as heck, that's what they've done.
Our conversation this morning is brought to you by Marcus & Mack, a law firm representing injured people. Larry Henry, from the township's perspective, this has been a long day coming too, hasn't it?
Yeah, very long. A lot of things had to go right for this to happen.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So who's spearheading all of this from the township?
All three of us.
All three of you. Yeah. Yeah. It takes a lot of work, doesn't it, Dan?
It does. Yeah, absolutely. Just some people that we threw in there. First we had to acquire some land. That was the biggest thing, was figuring out where we wanted to do it and how we wanted to do it. So High Ridge Water Authority and Floyd Hildy donated the lots next to the post office. So that was a big, big money saver and a big help from them. State Senator Joe Pittman and Dawn White, former Senator Dawn White, they were very big in helping us achieve the grant funding. Jim Struzzi's been a big part. Indiana County Planning, Luann Zach and Dave Morrow have been more than a blessing in helping us out with everything. And then Kevin Evans from Stifler McGraw, he's really dug his heels in and drove this project to make it go. Anything we've asked of Kevin, he's pretty much made it happen for us, whether it was cutting some things here or there to try to help out on the project funding or, the overall scheme of things.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Larry, were there a lot of hoops you had to jump through, regulatory hoops? One or two?
The biggest thing was that the grant applications were very lengthy. I really thank the county planning for all their help. Jeff Rakes on the first application that we got denied. We were exchanging emails until almost midnight. It was the day before the grant application.
Yeah.
That's right.
And without the help of everyone that Dan mentioned, this wouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
If one of them wouldn't have helped, we wouldn't have got where we're at now.
Well, to give you an idea of how long it's been and how long this process has been, some of those names that you, Dan, and Larry, you've mentioned are people no longer in those positions. It's been a while that you've been working on this.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was just going to say that the first Keystone grant that we did together we were turned down for it for various things. So we all had to really push together and get this going. And the second, like Larry said, without it, we wouldn't have had any of it without just one piece.
Yeah. And Jen, let's get you a little closer to the microphone.
And with state library requirements, you have to be going and moving in order to keep things going in the state. And John and Larry and Dan thought, you know what, if there's one person who gets educated and experienced in the township, that it will be worth it to keep the library going. So we're already all housed together. We're already teasing each other from the other room and seeing what each other are doing. And they come over and can see people with books and conversing and using computers. And I see them working all the time with the community, all of the roads that they've been having to work on, the monthly meetings where they have to work very hard for the community.
Yeah. And an asset, Larry, like a library, you just can't understate that kind of value, can you?
No, it's amazing. Like people in this day and age still don't have internet service. They can go to the library and use computers for job applications and all kind of things.
Yeah, yeah, and especially Dan. Maybe I don't know if you have young kids.
No, I don't. But just a quick story. So we're a low to moderate income community. So we actually lost our funding because we dropped below a certain population for the community development block grant, and so we're in a 51 percentile of low to moderate income, and we have the only homeless shelter. I don't know if they're completely operating. I don't know how they're operating, but we have the only homeless shelter in the county, and they get a lot of business from those people coming down trying to better themselves in job search. People coming in on unemployment trying to do their computer evals and stuff like that. But just a personal story for me, when I was growing up, my parents didn't have a lot of money, but I used between the fire halls, computer resources, and the libraries, I might not have graduated high school. If I, honest to God, if I didn't have the opportunity to use the printing resources and the internet, there was projects that I wouldn't have been able to get done. So just as an example, there's less fortunate people out there that really, really need this. And whether people agree with it or not, I'm living proof that, it can make a difference just in the community.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And Jen, as a longtime librarian, you know this as well, that a kid is at a disadvantage if they don't have the resources that will enable them to further their education, to get done the basics that other kids might take for granted.
Oh, yes. And our Summer Quest started a month ago, and we've had, I think, 70 kids signed up. And that's incredible in Burrell Township, considering we're at about 3,100 in our population. And just seeing how many experiences and getting an unusual way of education with what we do is warms your heart.
Yeah, yeah. So the event is tomorrow. It's at 11 a.m. Give me the deets here. What's going to be happening?
Let's see. We've got several people who will be speaking. Ones that Dan's talked about earlier. We'll have Senator Don White, former Senator Don White, and Senator Joe Pittman. We expect Representative Struzzi to be there. County commissioners will be there, and these guys will be here, and I will be there. And we are hoping that the community can be there too.
Yeah.
We've asked the community, former board members, staff, volunteers to attend, because this is on their shoulders too, that we've gotten to this point, and that the community still not only needs it, but wants a library. And so we're pretty happy about that.
Yeah, yeah. We hope Senator Pittman and Representative Struzzi can get out of those budget talks in Harrisburg.
Yes.
Wouldn't want their jobs.
Yeah.
But you need a job in this day and age, and obviously the Burrell Township Library can help folks in that respect. The traditional role, Jen, for a library is a place where kids can go, or adults, and they can find whatever it is that they want to read. And I think that we get so lost and caught up in the electronic age and the wonderful resources that are there for that. But there's some reading can go on by the old-fashioned way with an old book, isn't there?
I still do that myself. I do the electronic way too. But we still have a new collection going on. Our old collection is in a storage center temporarily. We have story hour on Saturdays, and we went from one child to now we get up to 10 to 20 kids. And I think that speaks to kids wanting interaction and parents wanting to connect with their kids, to raise them with imagination and adventure and exploration. And I think that's pretty great.
Yeah, for them to be able to sit down. By the way, don't leave here today without getting some books out of my office.
Oh, wait, are they college textbooks?
They are not.
Okay.
College
I'll probably take them.
College was over 40 years ago.
Oh.
But my publisher friends send me books all the time, and I interview the authors. So these are first-run books.
That's great. I will take those.
All right. You got two strong arms here today.
Oh, yes. I give them, Dr. Seuss books and
there
stuff
you
to
go.
read in the meantime.
Well, Larry Henry, Dan Shacreaw, Jen Van Hanak, we're so grateful that you've been able to come in and talk with us about it. Hope people come out and hope people do support the library with other resources. I know that you'd be happy if somebody wanted to give to help you to put this thing in place.
Yes, we're doing good on a good trajectory, but I think Dan said once and Larry said once, if someone wants to have their name as a library for $1 million, we'll take that
There you
too.
go. There you
We'll
go.
name it after them.
You got $1 million, you might as well drop it on the Burrell Township Library. Beautiful. Hey, everybody, thanks for coming in.
Absolutely. Have a good
Thank
day.
you.
We appreciate it. It is the voice of Indiana County, WCCS 101.1 FM and AM 1160.